Saturday. I believe this is Saturday number 5. For reference, I just finished recording Monday number 4, the day I talked about, or the first Monday meditation, pray without ceasing. So, for context, I just finished that, and I was in a park. Now I'm somewhere else in town. I'm in a back alley, and I don't remember if on my Saturdays I say, welcome to my daily walk, the daily podcast where an anonymous Hollywood guy talks about anything and everything except the things he's contractually prohibited from revealing. Oh gosh, I got to get that phrase down so it rolls off my tongue so I don't fumble like this. Anyway, I don't think I've been doing that on Saturdays, but here we are. I just remembered that I neglected to include the email address in that first Monday meditation episode. Completely spaced it. It needs to be up front, it needs to be right after the intro, so still figuring out the intro. I didn't even mention the email address, so I'll get better. I'll get into the habits will take shape. So while I'm at it, here's the email address. See if I can remember it. MyDailyWalk@thiswaytv.com. Ding, ding, ding. If you want to get in on the conversation, if you want to contribute to the discussion, the monologue, my monologuing, but I will read emails. I will read all the emails, and maybe I haven't decided this yet, but I'm imagining at some point I may get emails. I presume there will be emails, but there may not. But if anyone is ever inclined to email, I will read them on the show. I will not disclose who you are. I will not disclose names. The most I will disclose is city and state. And it doesn't. You can make a. You don't have to say what city you're from. You could say. You could just say whatever city. It could be the city you were born in, or the city you're in right now, or just a city you like. But I'm gonna say this is from someone in such and such city. So that'll be how that happens if and when that ever happens. And then if this podcast for some reason turns into something popular where lots of emails come, and it becomes prohibitive to read the emails, then I'll change my policy. But my policy right now is every email I receive will get read on the show, probably on Freeform Fridays. Obviously, I will self-edit. I'm self-editing, constantly. I haven't decided yet if I will preview the emails and then edit them as I read them, or edit them. I don't want, if some people that hear this ultimately know who I am, and there would be the possibility that those people intentionally or unintentionally would disclose information in an email that I don't want disclosed. Well, in those cases, I will edit out the information. I'll read the emails except for the information I don't want disclosed, such as your own name and who you are in relationship to me, if there is one at all. So I haven't decided if I'm going to read them beforehand or if I'm just going to try and read them live and try and do the self-editing within the recording session for that for the given episode. I haven't decided that yet. We'll see. We'll see if I get emails. I'll decide that, and if the emails ultimately become too abundant, I'll read as many as I can. The point is, my life is super busy and I don't have a lot of extra time. I'm carving out 35, on average 35, 40, 45 minutes a day, 5 days a week, to record and upload and export. And then when emails come, I think I'll just do it. I'll just read as many as I can until it becomes too many to do within a half an hour. I'm not going to expand. Well, maybe I'll do the Saturdays overflow until then. Maybe that'll be it. Saturdays will be the overflow that I didn't get to. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud, as is the nature of this show. It's just thinking out loud. It's extemporaneous. So, also, so you know, it's Saturday, and I've decided not to walk. I mean, I started this episode walking to this back alley, but there's a bunch of places to sit, comfortable, secluded places to sit in this back alley. And since I already did my walk for the day, which was pray without ceasing, I did my walk for the day. Now this is a first. I'm sitting. This is not my daily walk. This is my daily sit. Just kidding. I just like this spot, and I'm gonna sit here and babble for a little bit longer. Let's see how long this is. Where is it? 7 minutes. All right. I've noticed, and perhaps you've noticed, if you're listening right now, there's a possibility you've noticed that my Saturday segments have gotten progressively shorter. Like the first one was 30 minutes because it was a test. The very first Saturday episode was a test walk and talk to see if I could maintain walking around and talking for 30 minutes straight, and I achieved that milestone. My second Saturday, I don't remember all the details, but the second Saturday episode, I might cut it off. It was something happening where I had to finish early, and so I cut it off like 25 minutes, 30 seconds, something like that. And then my third Saturday, again, I don't remember all the circumstances, but the third Saturday was like 21 minutes even, so it gets shorter and shorter. And then last Saturday was like 12 minutes and change. I don't know. Maybe I'll stop this one right now. Nope. Let's see. Oh, let me talk about this little back alley. So the city I'm in right now, I don't know how long ago, at some point in the recent past, couple decades, I guess, I had a major, what do you call it, gentrification or redesign. The kind of the main drag downtown area had an overhaul, I guess to make it touristy friendly or foot traffic friendly. And this particular back alley I'm in survived that change. So I'm sitting in a part of the downtown section that was not affected by those changes. And the character here, the history in this spot, there's a pub in the middle of this block. So it's a square block, two streets, north, south, east, and west in each direction, two streets in each direction. And so this pub is like dead center of the block, and there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to access this section of, or this alley or this. Oh, there's some businesses in here. I mean, they don't do any businesses. I'm sitting here. It's past lunchtime, and there's nobody here. There's a few people from the businesses on the perimeter that are in there. This is like the back door of those storefront, street-facing businesses, and so there's a few employees now and then will come out and take a smoke break or something back here. But it's just this big space that the pub, real close to where I'm sitting, they have live music, I don't know, 4 or 5 nights a week. And so at night, especially on weekends, this area is teeming with people. But during the day, it's just this tranquil little, piece of history. The people that have walked through, like, I know this pub there's some world-renowned musical acts that have played in this little pub. Apparently, they even come back on occasion. I haven't seen any of them here, but that fact just indicates that the history that runs through this place. It's fascinating to be this close to something like this, and that's ambiguous and boring, and that's why it's on the Saturday segment. So it's just me trying to sound deep and meaningful. And I think that's enough.